everyone, I'm Kathryn DeSinaasappelen, and today I have a story time for you guys. And like, it's just gonna be epic, so let's get into it. Last week, we had a massive heat wave over here in Belgium. It was hot. I haven't been stateside for almost 12 years. In that time, I have never lived in a house that has AC. Frankly, because we don't need it. Because it doesn't get that hot. It goes up to maybe 30 degrees. There are certain things that you can do with your house to keep it cool for like that week where it's going to be like 30 at the worst, but it's probably going to be like 27, 28. It's not going to be just ridiculously hot. Europe was like, hold my beverage of choice, and just decided to go up to not 40, but 40 freaking 2 in Belgium. Holy crap. And that was the ultimate high. And just what really sucked is that the days leading up to it was 32, and then it was 35, and then 37, 38, 39, and then 42. And now thankfully we're back to like 21, except this morning it was 17 degrees and it was just so cold. It's funny when you've had really high heat how, you know, normal temperatures seem like frigid. Thursday was the when hell descended on Belgium, and it was 42 degrees. And the 42 was coming at around 3 and 4. I spent the morning with all the windows open because it was still cool to like get all the hot air out as possible. And then at 9 o'clock is when it was gonna start to get really hot. I was like, we're not going outside for anything. It's too hot. And it was also a dry heat. Like I don't know which is worse, because if you have moisture, it's really like going out into a sauna. But when you have that dry heat, it's just, like both are unbearable. It shouldn't be hot. Nobody likes it. At around 3 or 4, somebody starts ringing my doorbell, and I thought it was our neighbors, and specifically their son, because the person ringing the doorbell was like, ding, 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 you know, sort of like a kid would. And it turns out it was this woman that I'd never met. And she starts speaking to me in Dutch really fast, and I got the gist of it, that somebody was sick. Okay, do we need to call the hospital? Like, I thought somebody fell off their bike, and I was like, there's really nothing I can do, like call a hospital. No, the problem is that they were riding their bikes. Let me just take a time out here. Why? It was hot out. You shouldn't be riding your bike in 42-degree weather. That's just, no, no. Not smart. No, this woman was suffering from heat exhaustion. And me, coming from the south, I knew that if not treated properly and quickly, heat exhaustion could continue and go into heat stroke, and bad crap would happen. Okay, we're itchy, bring her inside. Like, it was this whole weird thing because they were being so like, and I hate to say this because it's stereotypical, but they were being so like considerate and Belgian that it was sort of annoying. If you have heat exhaustion, guys, you need to get out of the sun as soon as possible, and you need to cool yourself down as soon as possible, because crap can happen. And these people, what they wanted was if I could drive them to go get their car in Watu, which wasn't a problem. The problem is that I needed this woman to get out of the sun and come inside. She was suffering from heat exhaustion, and she needed to get in the shade and to drink some water and get some ice on her neck and her wrist and on her feet so that crap didn't go down. And they're like, oh no, we don't want to inconvenience you. It's like, just get her inside. If like she dies outside, that's going to be a more inconvenient than if she's just sitting cooling down in the living room. Just like, get inside. Consider it Belgian, so annoying. Anyway, so this woman comes inside. She's so polite, and they're so like, oh, thank you. And it's like, it is nothing, but I know how bad it can be, and I know how important, because it was instilled in me to get out of the sun. And so she gets inside, she cools herself down. We go get their cars. I have this whole great conversation with these guys in Dutch. I was so happy. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, I know I was more tickled to have somebody to practice my Dutch with, and I was really happy that this woman like didn't die outside of our house, because that would have just been like terrifying and scary. But it was also sort of scary because it was, you know, heat exhaustion is a scary thing. What's sort of annoying, and this is going to be taken in a complete different way than like most story time videos, is that it is not normal for it to be 42 degrees in Belgium. And you have people who are like, climate change isn't real. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's not normal for it to be 42 degrees here. Like, this is a reality that I was talking to these guys and they were like, yeah, it wasn't a good day to go bike riding. It's too hot. And see, in my mind, I'm just like sort of, you think? But I have that reaction because I grew up in a climate where it's actually sort of normal for it to be 40 plus degrees in the summer, because like I have so much family in the South. Like, I spent my summers in the South. Like, you learn about things like heat exhaustion and what to do, and if you come across somebody who's experiencing it, how to treat them, because that's common knowledge when you live somewhere where this is the norm. I would never consider going out to cycle in 42 degree weather unless I was taking like precautions and making sure that I had ways to keep myself cool and I had enough water. Like, they didn't think of that. And you know, there's this little part that, you know, wants to get angry, but at the same time, it's like, it's not normal that it's 42 degrees here. All I keep thinking is like, I'm so thankful that this happened in front of my house and that I was home, because I don't know what would have happened. And I'm just so thankful that like I was there so that I could help. But at the same time, like, I get mad because somebody has to be at fault. And the people at fault are the ones who are like, climate change isn't real. And it's like, yes, it is, because it's not normal that it's this hot. Most people in Europe do not have air conditioning because it's not needed. Summer, like, I don't want to give the impression that like, oh, we don't have summer, because we have summer. It's just, it's way more mild than like any summer I've experienced. So I've experienced summer in Georgia and in Pennsylvania. Normally you have like a couple months where it's just a really hot temperature, and we're just gonna call it unbearable because nobody likes really hot weather. And that's completely different than anything that I've experienced in France or in Belgium, because yeah, it gets warm, but it's not an unbearable warm. Like, it's a warm that's like, oh, I'm just going to stay inside because it's a bit cooler here than outside, but it's not hot enough to merit needing air conditioning. In fact, we've managed to live 12 years in France where it is actually warmer, and in Belgium with just one fan, because normally there's like just one bad day in the summer where it's like, okay, we need a fan because it's just that hot. But 42 degrees was the worst I've ever experienced while living in Europe. And before we were south, we were like where it was warmer. Like, it should not be that warm here. And it frightens me because I personally know what to do when the weather becomes unbearable and hot, but like, I really don't want it to become a norm that we need air conditioning because there's going to be 3 months where it's just 40 degree weather, because holy crap, like, we managed to stay comfortable, and I'm going to put it like that with bunny ears of death, comfortable. But holy crap, it was too warm. And when I was driving these Belgians to go get their car, I still saw so many people cycling. And in my mind, I was thinking, what the hell are you thinking? It's so hot. You should not be out cycling, especially at the highest point. Like, no, if you're going to go out on a day where it's going to be really warm, you want to do it in the morning when it's cool, or in the evening after the sun has set, because it'll be cooler. And I know this rambled on for a really long while, but there was all this excitement I wanted to share with you. I met some wonderful people. The woman who had the heat exhaustion completely recovered by the time that she left. I got to have an amazing conversation with people, but at the same time, like, global warming is real and everybody else has figured this out. But people in my country seem to be divided on it, because they're like, It's fake. No. No. While I love hearing from you guys, I really hope that nobody has any equally terrifying stories of people suffering from heat exhaustion or heat stroke during the heat wave, because I really would hope that everybody was safe and didn't suffer. But hey, if you have a story, which I really hope that you don't, and you want to share it down in the comments below, I do love hearing from you guys. That's what I have for you guys today, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The algorithm doesn't care as long as you interact with my videos. If you want to support the channel, then be sure to share this video with your friends, families, and strangers on the internet, because that does help. Hit the red button to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, but come back on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, because that's when I release new videos. All my social links have been left in the description below for your convenience. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and I keep a blog. Be sure to check all those out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tootsies, may applezines. It's like I live in Antarctica now. Anywho, and I'm trying to follow it, but you know, I can't because it's not my first language, so anywho. And me, okay, I'm sorry, Dutch isn't my first language. Can you repeat everything but a lot slower?